So, as many of you guys are probably aware, the new German premium Hornet, Switzerland FA-18C, is armed with the same air-to-air missiles that the American FA-18C Early is armed with, the AIM-7M and the AIM-9, or AIM-7P and the AIM-9L. Yet, the issue with this is that the Switzerland F-18C, at least to my knowledge, did not use the AIM-9L. So that kind of leaves them in a spot where they actually have an incorrect missile, and I think we actually have a really great fix for this, and that is the AIM-9P-5, a missile that the Swiss actually did use. Now, the AIM-9P-5 is identical to the AIM-9P-4, except for the addition of infrared countermeasures capability, and that's actually pretty freaking cool. So it would be the flight model and the actual missile of the AIM-9P-4, but it would have IR-CCM, which, if you guys know, basically makes your missile much more flare resistant, so it'd be an all-aspect missile with IR-CCM. It'd be a lot like the AIM-9L, except it would pull less Gs, I think only maxing out at 25 and not 30, and it would have the airframe of the AIM-9P-4, so a shorter ranged missile, but it would have, I think it would at least have better flare resistance. I actually think this is a really good idea to actually add the missile, because it gives more difference between the Switzerland and American Hornet premiums, which is always nice to have. Obviously, I mean, there's already some major differences. That includes the engines, the radars, more countermeasures on the Swiss Hornet. So I don't really see a reason to not add the P5. It's not like they're majorly changing the premium that people have already bought, which I know a lot of people are always upset about when if Gaijin does that, which they have in the past. But this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's giving a more historical missile to an aircraft that actually I think would benefit from the AIM-9P-5, because the P-5, like I said already, yes, it would be shorter range, it'd pull less Gs, but it would have better flare resistance, it would be better at short ranges, and it's a more unique missile. As far as I'm aware, a lot of other aircraft, at least in the US arsenal, can carry the AIM-9P-5. I believe the F-5E can, I'm not 100% on that. But for now, I think just getting it on the Swiss Hornet would be enough. But in the future, we can obviously see more of the P5 if Gaijin went ahead and added it. If you guys are not already aware, we actually do have an F5 with the AIM-9P4. That is the F5E FCU. It's a squadron vehicle in the Japanese air tree. And the AIM-9P4 is a pretty decent missile. I mean, it's a longer ranged, or a longer range all aspect missile than the Python 3. At least from what I played it at. So it was a decent missile. I mean, the AIM-9P is an improved AIM-9J, so there's a lot of different upgrades to that missile over its lifespan. It was upgraded up to the point until they actually adapted the AIM-9M, at least in the U.S. military. So you'd expect it to at least have upgrades. And sure enough, we could definitely see the P4, the P5, and I'd like to see more aircraft get the P4. But it'd be nice to see a new missile, especially on this aircraft, especially given the fact that Switzerland didn't use the AIM-9L. So it just allows Gaijin to add more historically accurate stuff to the game, which I don't think anyone's going to complain about. As far as people saying, well, people have already bought the premium, Gaijin shouldn't go and change it, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that statement. I understand Gaijin's already added the premium aircraft, but at the same time, it's not hurting the aircraft. In fact, I actually think it's helping the aircraft out. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it would benefit from it. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. If you guys have not already subscribed, please consider hitting the like button on this video, making sure to share the video too with your friends, make sure to subscribe, and make sure to join the Discord linked down below in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video.